Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to say I'm sorry for not uploading for a little while. I just kind of got trapped into my own portal and I had to work a lot. So I haven't had a day off to do these videos, but I'm going to try better and I'm going to continue to try to at least get a few videos out a week. But today I kind of wanted to talk about systems. Okay, this will kind of help you understand that systems are down here, but they're also up there, and they're also lower than us as well. Okay, what is a system? A system is a group of something or someone that they come together to achieve a specific goal. And by that you can infer that everything's a system, right? A group came together with their products and with their ideas, and they came together to create something like this phone I'm recording on, or this table, whatever it might be, right? Everything's pretty much a system. And then there's systems that are higher than others or have more power than others, right? Okay, how do you create a system? Okay, so a system, it's like I said, it's two groups coming together or just one group, and they formed common ground. Meaning, like, let's say this group had food and then this group had water. And then they came together to share those things with each other so that they can both continue to prosper, right? And then what they do after that, they created laws based on how that's going to work now. Meaning, this group doesn't want anybody coming on their land without permission or whatever, right? So there's a law against that now. And that's what they do with everything. So they do that with communication as well. So certain people agree to write it down this way, or to attach this letter to this vowel, or to this, periods, put this space in, and then that symbol is representative of the space, right? It's these things. So they created all these laws. And then they found a way to enforce those laws. Meaning, if you go to this person's land, then they can shoot you. Or they can provide their own set of punishment. And then can heavily incentivize for you to follow that law, right? And it just kind of repeats itself after that. Continuously. They'll go back. They'll refine the laws. Or they'll refine what their purpose of being together is. These kind of things. Maybe they can join as one eventually. This and that, right? And this is how governmental systems happen. This is how, it's just the way of the land. I mean, you have an idea, you create some sort of foundation of that idea, and then you share that idea. And then it repeats, and it's just you trying to enforce whatever it is onto others, right? And some people give you up front the agreements or the disclosures. They tell you, okay, this is going to entail this, 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 and this. Like when you're applying for a job, it's telling you what your duties are, and it's telling you what you're going to get out of it. And then it doesn't tell you everything though, right? So if you do manual labor, you'll work maybe you'll get like 18, 19 bucks an hour, whatever. And then you do that for a specific amount of time and for a specific set of work, and then you get something in return. But over time, what happens? Your body starts to dwindle and stuff, right? That's one of those hidden agreements. Like, you agreed to do this labor, but what did that labor entail? Now your back hurts, shoulders tweaked, whatever, right? And that happens everywhere with everything, right? And since it's in everything, you have to read the term before agreeing to it, right? You have to be knowledgeable about that thing. And even friendships or love matters, those are agreements as well. you're saying. And that's creating a system because you agreed to it, right? It's like a non-existent thing, but everybody else wants it to exist because they get something out of it, or until that system does them wrong, and then they say like, oh, fuck the system, right? And then you can say, okay, what's another kind of hidden system? The body. You can't control your body. You can't tell your cells to go to a specific set of your body and heal that specific thing. It does it automatically, right? It's on its own thing. It's doing its own thing. It's digesting your food and stuff, but you need to eat to maintain that system, right? You need something out of it to continue staying there, right? Continue being alive, whatever. And then, okay, another one is the atoms that make us up. That's a system as well. There's certain laws that are absolute, but where we stray on the absolute is just moral laws. That's the problem, right? Like this abortion thing, coronavirus, whatever. These moral laws. And I think those are the ones that are wrong. Because it's not good to one man to control another. Because it always ends wrong. Every time. You can't be just, peace and love and stuff because of that thing. It's always going to ruin it. And then even if we didn't have this system, right? Even if we didn't have governments, your father's going to be the one that's in charge. And then maybe you get a little older and you start to take over. Or you don't like your father's laws, so then you go and you create your own one, right? And then this is also the reason why you can't just go and make your own country, right? It's because of that. The incentives, right? This set of people won't trade with you, or they won't acknowledge you, you're not big enough, and they set certain laws on this. Like, you have to have this amount to become this kind of thing, right? And so, what's another system that happens is you're the earth. It naturally knows how to flush itself, it cleans itself, it provides oxygen for things to prosper on top of it. It's all these things, and then you could say the gravity is a system. It's holding the core in, and then we put layers on top of that core, whatever, right? But ultimately, it's a system. It's a system we don't fully understand, but it has its own system, okay? And then you can continue with the solar system. That's a system. And then the galaxy, that's a system. The universe, that's a system. Okay, just because we don't understand what that system fully does, then, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. You just weren't told about it. That's kind of the way it works. And so it's it's good to weigh these options and stuff. But now that we can understand, everything is pretty much a system, or a sequence, you could say. I think that's a better word for it. But there's certain universal laws, right? And it's just, I want you guys to start understanding, everything that's in the big system is in the little system. It's done a lesser degree, and vice versa. Everything that happens here happens there, meaning esoterically too. It's just they see it differently. They feel differently about it. It's that's the only thing that kind of changes. They vibe differently about it. It's kind of like we go to a certain street, and not a lot of people realize that certain street holds a set of energy, and we named it after that energy, right? Now, up there, it'd be kind of like you're traveling with your emotions and feelings. So you're not actually moving. You are moving, but you're not And that's kind of, they're going to specific places and meeting specific people. And those people could be like a planet to you, or they could be a solar system to you, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We see it differently than they do, but they're still the same thing. That's a being. The planets are beings, and they hold their own set of systems. There's a certain set of law or system or sequence that entails you being here, right? You get old, you die, things start shutting down. You go outside too long, you get burned. This is kind of like what people call science and everything, but it's the way it is. It's like a cause and effect all the time. And then people put their ideas and they put foundations on top of, the cause and effect, the system, you see? And so I just kind of wanted you guys to think about that. I mean, there's not a whole lot else to talk about. I mean, you just have to learn how to apply it. And just realize, there's a lot of systems playing, You have a system within your relationships as well. You get something out of it, they get something out of it, or maybe you don't get something out of it. So you need to recheck that contract. You know what I mean? It's this kind of thing. And I mean, that's kind of like the simplest way of looking at it. You gotta start to realize, there's higher systems than the system we're in, and you can go and create your own system if you want to. It is what it is, but just watch your righteousness and your morality, I suppose, and start to understand it's very simple why the government's in power, because we allowed them to be, you see. And then now they don't want to let it go. They're only going to continue to push for more power. Every time they write a new law, what happens? They get more power, because now they wrote it, whatever the word is, into existence, right? And then by them doing that, now they enforce it, and everybody who participated within making that bill, they agreed to it, all these things. And then you get it down on a lower level. Now the police officers are giving you a ticket for it, or whatever it is. It's kind of funny and messed up, but you're agreeing by where your taxes go, where specific laws are they set or not, death row penalty or not, weed or not, these are what a specific group of people are agreeing to, and they just have more power than you. It's but we're the majority, you know what I mean? So I hope you guys kind of understood. I might make another video today and just kind of start rolling them out again, because I have a few days off, but hope you guys enjoyed.